Welcome, Yogi, to this morning yoga twist and stretch practice. This is a moderately paced but energizing practice to get you ready for your day. You don't actually need any props at all for this session, but if you like cushioning under your knees or a little elevation when you're sitting, grab a blanket. And blocks can be useful if you are tight on your hamstrings. There is a hamstring stretch in here too. So we'll begin sitting cross-legged, comfortably upright. And take a few moments to arrive on your mat. So first, just check your posture. Feel a gentle lift up through the top of your head and a softening of your shoulders. And then turn your attention to your breath. Feel your breath coming and going. And start to gradually deepen it. Breathing in and out through your nose if you can. Feeling gentle expansion on your inhale. And slow exhale. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you can start to add that to your exhales. Just a gentle constriction at the throat to make a very soft ocean-like sound. Just a couple more of those. Feeling yourself settle into your space. Feeling ready for your practice. Wonderful. On your next inhale, bring your hands out to your sides. Turn your palms up and breathe in, stretch up. Bring both hands down the center in prayer position. With that slow exhale. Twice more like that. Circle your hands up. Perhaps look up towards them. Fill up your belly with breath. Control your exhale as you bring your hands down. Out to the sides and up. Deep breath in. Down to heart. Exhale. Take just your right hand out to the side and up. Put your left fingertips on the floor next to you or palm down. Start to side stretch over the top with your right hand. Bend your elbow, or left elbow should I say, in towards you a bit. So rather than letting it get away from you, come in towards you. You may rest that elbow down on a block or the floor, or it can hover. A gentle shine up of collarbones to the ceiling as you reach. You can be looking down, straight ahead of you or up. Find what's best on your neck this morning. More rise up as you breathe in. Bring your right hand across to your left knee and turn to the left. Use your left hand behind you as an anchor. This is our first twist. So breathe in and get tall. And as you exhale, start to rotate. Do that twice more. Feel a gentle lengthening as you breathe in. And gentle rotation as you exhale. One more time. Left shoulder blade drawing towards your spine and look back. Release your twist on your breath in. Bring your right hand all the way behind you. Pick up your chest for a moment. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And relax down. Switch the cross of your legs. And take your left hand out and up. Turn your palm up to reach it overhead as you breathe in. Right hand on the floor adjacent to you. Side body stretch. Right elbow bends in towards you or down towards the floor. You can prop it up on a block or rest it on the ground if that's close enough. And start to shine both collarbones up towards the ceiling again. Looking whichever way feels best for your neck. And be nice and heavy in the left side of your bum. We'll rise up as you breathe in and bring your left hand across to your right knee. Through your exhale, you start to twist and use your right hand as an anchor behind you. And just like we did on the other side, grow tall. And rotate, exhale. 2 more breaths. Exploring lengthening on your inhale, lift, exhale, rotate. 1 more time. And look as far back as you can, stretch your neck also. Inhale to unravel, bring your hands behind you, thumbs forwards, fingers back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift up your chest. Wonderful, Yogi. Soften the chest down, switch over your crossed knees or pop one foot out to the side of you and come up to a tabletop position. And so as I mentioned before, you might put your blanket underneath your knees for some cushioning here. It can feel really nice. And we'll set up in tabletop pose. That's it. So you've got all 10 toes tucked under. Walk your hands in towards you and come up, shoulders over hips, over knees. If possible, then sit all the way back and down onto your toes. You might use your fingers, your hands to uncurl even a little toe, getting a toe stretch in here, or clasp the hands together and press forwards and tuck your chin down, stretch between your shoulder blades. So it's like the center of your chest and your back are pulling back as you press your hands forwards. And we'll come up, neutral. Release your hands, bring them down to the floor, tabletop. Stretch your right hand up to the sky and look up towards it. Thread the needle. Reach your right hand through between left hand and left knee. Rest your whole arm down and rest your head down. We'll come up onto the left fingertips today and press down into the floor with the left elbow right over the left wrist. And so rotation here focused mostly on the upper back. Notice if your hips go a little bit squiffy and you can gently pull them to the right if that feels interesting. Wonderful. Plant your left hand flat and take your right one up to the ceiling. And release your right hand down. Take your left hand up to the sky. Pause there at the top. And when you're ready to, we'll thread through left arm between right hand and right knee. Rest your arm down. Relax your left hand. Rest your head down. Place the right fingertips on the mat so you tent up onto the right fingertips and rotate middle and upper back by pressing down into them and gently pulling your hips to the left at the same time. Continue to breathe as fully as you can. Notice what the twist does to your breath, where you change your breath into where it can and can't access. How can you use your breath both to find a stretch and also to deepen your twists? Rest your right palm flat. Inhale, take your left hand back up to the sky. And release it down. Tuck all your toes back under if they're not already there. Sit back again and either come up, hips over knees, or like we just did a moment ago, sitting back onto your feet for a toe stretch. Clasp your hands together, press them forwards and lift them up. Elevate your shoulder blades, a little lift in the ribs, and pull the little fingers back, stretching into your upper back. A slight lift of the chin is okay. And keep the flare in the ribs just moderate, so not too much, but you don't have to pull them all the way in either. Gentle stretch through the ribs and also through the shoulders. And you're getting your toes stretched still too, so come out of this. Release your hands to behind you. We'll hang on here just a second longer. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. If you need to come out of your toes, you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lift up the chest. Just giving the shoulders lots of attention here. Wonderful, Yogi. Release your hands and reach them forwards back towards tabletop. In fact, a little bit longer than your tabletop. And lift up into downward facing dog. Set your feet at hips distance. If your toes need a little stretch, you can switch from foot to foot. Just give them a little wiggle. And then start to settle in. So hands as wide as your mat can feel really nice. Or at least shoulder distance apart, but wider can be good. Tailbone lift up, up, up and back. Soft knees if you need that. Heels are fine up or down. But keep the spacious feeling of lifting up and back through the tailbone. If you feel your low back rounding, soften your knees or lift your heels. Let's add in here. So left foot more towards the center of your mat. Reach your right one up to the ceiling. Now a strong lift up through the right foot as you sink down through your left heel. Bend your right knee and reach your right foot towards the left side of your space. So your right toes, right knee, lifting up and away from the right hand, which is still glued to the mat. It's useful to either look right in the center of your mat or at your left foot in this pose. Stretch out that right leg once again. Straight up. Right foot to your right thumb. If you need to walk it up the way up there with your hands, you can. I'm going to lower the left knee down. Blanket under the knees can be useful here if you need some cushioning. Circle your hands out and up into low lunge. As you exhale, start to sink down through your hips. Inhale, lift up through the fingertips and chest. Exhale, deepen again. Come out of the depth a little bit as you inhale. Split the right hand to the back, left hand to the front while you exhale, rotating. You can sink down as much as you like in this. Keeping upright in your torso and starting to look back towards your right hand. Remember to breathe, Yogi. We're going to take right hand to left thigh. So that's the thigh at the back. Left hand, the one at the front, up to the ceiling. And perhaps you sink down a little in your hips and reach up and back. Go carefully into this. A little squeeze in left glute can help with stability, as can Mula Bandha. And we'll come out the way we came. Right hand back, left hand forwards. Now left hand down to the floor and right up to the sky. So you're simply tilting forwards in the torso. Tuck your left toes and lift your left knee up off the support. Turn your right palm to the front of a rim or front of your space and reach it over the top of your head. So now you're reaching your left heel as far away from your right fingertips as possible. So they're stretching apart from one another. Gentle sink through the hips, but strong still in the legs. One more deep breath here. And we'll take your right hand up on a breath in and bring it down to the floor as you exhale. This is where your blocks might be your friend. Stretch your right leg out straight into pyramid pose. So you can adjust your left foot. You can stay on your toes and be square, or you can spin the heel down. That's up to you today. Using the blocks so that your spine can stay straight as you fold. So they're just an extension of your arms. Make sure the right leg is straight without being hyperextended, and that you're not forcing anything. If you feel yourself really rounded and trying too hard, just back out, find space. Bend your front knee, move your blocks if you were using them. Step your way back to a plank, please, Yogi. You can meet us in down dog in a moment or two if you wish, or take a breath in here. Shift forwards, slow descent, chaturanga, into a cobra or an upward facing dog. A gentle pull through of the heart, elbows close to you. Soften your way down. Let's meet in downward facing dog. hips up and back. And so we'll take the same things on the other side. Right foot centers up a tiny bit. Take your left one up to the ceiling. Bend your left knee. Open up through the left hip. Reach your left knee as far away from your left hand as you can. And keep your left hand glued to the mat. Soft gaze at the middle of your mat or your right foot. And breathe. Let's stretch the left leg out fully straight. And step it through. Walk it up to the front of your mat. Cushion your right knee if you like. Low lunge, spin the hands out and up. Just hold in here for a couple of breaths. Squeeze the right glutes and pull the right knee forwards and left heel back for stability there. And come out a little bit of that depth and twist, upright twist. Right hand forwards, left hand back. So use your exhales to help you rotate. You can be as low down in this lunge as you wish. It's working a little bit of balance. Left hand, the one at the back, goes to your right thigh, the thigh at the back. Turn your right palm skywards and reach up, overhead, and back. That's it. So just finding as much space as you can here, being really careful that you don't cause any discomfort in your low back. Just creep towards this cautiously. More carefully, bring the hands back the way we came, so to the front and back. Deep rotation, strong core to help you. And right hand down to the floor, left to the sky, so you're still basically in the same shape, you just tilt forwards. Tuck your right toes and pick up the right knee off your support. Turn your left palm forwards and reach it over the top of your head. And so as you reach your left fingertips and right heel as far apart as possible, shine collarbones up to the ceiling. Your right hand's a good anchor. And grip your knuckles and fingertips into the floor. And carefully release left hand up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Perhaps blocks to assist in your hamstring stretch. Left leg stretches out straight for a long pyramid. Feel free to adjust your right foot if you like a more traditional pyramid on the right foot with it slightly turned out. Pull your left hip back and chest forwards as you bow down. A reminder to not lock your left knee. And a reminder also to just find a height that feels sustainable without any force, where you can breathe, where there is effort and stretch, but not too much. When you inhale, bend your left knee, move your blocks if you're using them, and step your way back to plank. If you'd like to go to downward facing dog, feel free to go there now. If you'd like a vinyasa, take a deep breath in, shift forwards, knees can be down, slow descent, chaturanga, elbows bend all the way down to the floor. Cobra pose, or lift your thighs and straighten the arms if you like upward facing dog. And soften down. Let's press up and back, downward facing dog. Another deep breath. That's it. Wander up to about the middle of your mat. I'm going to take a yogi squat. So I'm going to take the assist of a blanket in this one with the heels elevated. To make yogi squat a bit more comfortable, you can do the same, or you're welcome to get the heels down to the ground if that's comfortable for you. If you're moderately there, Heels are just on the ground. We're going to twist this, which makes it more difficult once again. So if you don't have a blanket, you could roll your mat up a couple times. That'll help. So have the heels supported. If you start to feel like you need it, right hand off to the right side with the right upper arm inside of your knee. Find an anchor point and lift your left arm up and open. So just take a deep breath. And we'll release this side. Take your left arm off at an angle, inside of the knee to anchor it there. Open up the right hand. And release that. Back to your yogi squat. So the other benefit of having your blanket here is that we're going to sit down. So if it's right there, you can sit directly onto your blanket and stretch your legs out. If it wasn't quite there, soften the bump back if you need to with your hands. And we're going to stretch your legs out in front of us. We'll start out with Janushasana. Slide your left foot in to the inner right leg, knee wide. Turn yourself to your left knee. So you'll rotate your torso to the left. Take your hand up to the left hand up to the ceiling and reach it over the top towards your right foot. So coming into side body stretch. You can use your right hand or elbow or even your shoulder inside of a right knee to help you gently turn open towards the ceiling, like you did in that side stretch we did in lunge. And we'll come up and out of this, enough to lift the right shoulder out, squaring your chest towards your right leg, and then start to fold over your right leg into the hamstring stretch. Think about lengthening your spine on your inhales and gently deepening on your exhales. And just like in pyramid, we're looking to keep the spine quite straight feeling. We don't need to force anything or round the back to get any deeper. And we'll come up, lift your left knee up and take it left foot to the outside of your right leg. We'll take your right hand up to the sky. Use your left hand on your left thigh to help you start to rotate. And then your choice, you could take your right hand to your knee, you could take your elbow around your knee, or you could slide your elbow outside of your knee. And so finding a depth that feels suitable for you this morning as you look back and twist. One more deep breath. And we'll turn forwards. Slide your left foot towards the outside of your left hip, left thigh as best you can so your knees start to stack. This might be perfect for you if your knees are on the tighter side. If it's possible and you like a cow face pose, slide your right foot in next to your left hip. And so you can sit either on your blanket or directly on the floor for this. Coming in Gomukhasana, sitting up tall. Wrap your arms, take them wide, left arm under right into eagle. So that could be holding your shoulders or wrapping the fingers into palm. A little lift to get into the shoulders here. You're welcome also to lean forwards if that's good for you. So find a depth of this hip stretch and shoulder stretch. And carefully unwind your arms, sit up if you folded, lean back enough to release your bottom leg, and then release your top leg. Slide your right foot in, pop it to the inner left thigh, turn towards your right knee, and stretch your right hand up, breathe in. Thigh body stretch, Janushasana. Reach over the top and use some part of your left arm to gently rotate your torso towards the ceiling. It's preferable in this pose, I believe, for the stretch to be higher up, but more open in the chest than low down and turning your chest towards the floor. So explore where feels just right for you. Come up enough to turn your chest all the way square to the mat and start to fold forwards over your left leg. Your breath flowing like a wave. Gently lessening the stretch on your inhales as you realign and lengthen your spine. And deepening on the exhales. And we'll sit up. Pick up your right knee and take your right foot to the outside of your left leg. Take your left hand up and sit tall. And choose your position of hand. It could be hand to knee, elbow to knee, or elbow outside of knee. Using your right hand, just like we did right at the start, as an additional anchor point to help you twist. Unwind yourself to face forwards. Bring your right foot to the outside of your left leg as best you can. And you might choose to stay right here. This might be perfect for you. Or you can slide your left foot to the outside of your right hip, either sitting on your blanket or on the floor, equally down through both sit bones, if possible. Stretch your arms out as you breathe in. Wrap your right arm under your left while you exhale and either hold your opposite shoulder or wrap your fingers into palm. And breathe in. Option to lean forwards. And carefully unwind. Come upright if you folded. Release your arms. Lean back. Release the bottom leg. And release the top one. Give your hips a little shimmy. You might realign back up on your blanket if you like them for an assist in a fold. We're going to stretch both hands straight up to the ceiling. As you breathe in, get taller and start to hinge forwards at your hips and bring your hands either side of your legs at any position next to the thighs, knees, calves, or feet. Position your head in such a way that the neck continues to feel like an extension of the upper back, almost lifting up and forwards with the crown. One more deep breath. Rise up on your breath in. Relax your shoulders back and down as you breathe out. Bring both legs into a cross-legged position and sit tall. If in fact you would like some time in Shavasana, this would be a great time. If you have it, to lie down and to let your body rest for a few moments. But I understand as this is a morning practice, you might want to keep this energizing momentum going. So as you sit tall, take your attention to your breath. If your energy feels just right, a few rounds of balanced breath where you count 4 on your inhale and 4 on your exhale. If you would like a little bit more energy, and it's okay in your practice, increase the length of your inhales to a 6 count as you continue to breathe out for 4 counts. Just a few rounds. And after this next exhale, relax your breathing. Release all control of your breath. And bring your hands to a prayer position in front of you. Thank yourself for coming to your mat and for all your efforts in your practice. And together, let's breathe in and out. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. If you enjoyed this practice, please remember to like the video and subscribe. Thank you.